Google keeps adding features to NotebookLM. They seem very focused on making this the best possible AI learning experience. The question is, are these new features also improving the English learning experience in NotebookLM? There's only one way to find out. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And also, check out the 90-day program in the links in the description. Now, in this update, there are some really cool things that I'm excited to check out. One of them is flashcards. The ability to create flashcards is, of course, very useful for English learning if they're good. It seems that we can also generate slide decks and infographics. Now, infographics and slide decks could be very useful for things like grammar. Well, luckily, what we're looking at here is the English Sentence Patterns grammar course. Now, this is the same project that I've used for the last 2 videos. The idea is to continue using features in the same notebook, then we can get a really good comparison of the features, right? So just as a reminder here, we have 17 PDFs and a YouTube video and some pasted text with additional examples, another YouTube video. And all of these are really around a course topic, which is English sentence patterns, some pretty complicated grammar. It's one of my courses. And so as we've done in previous tests, we could just type something out. We could say, oh, I accidentally clicked on, how does altering structure like voice or conditional phrasing fundamentally change the sentence's function? Which is a pretty good question, and I don't see anything crazy about this answer that's mind-blowingly different from what we could do before. We've got clear citations from the PDFs, and let me just read the beginning of this. Okay, but we've got the table here, 0 conditional, first conditional. Very good. Yes. So good detail here. Changing a sentence from active voice to passive voice fundamentally shifts the sentence focus from the actor to the receiver. Okay, all good, all good. The main thing I want to do here, though, is check out what is now called the Studio tab. We did a video overview, which is very cool. It creates a really good video overview of the topic. It's brief, but it was quite good. And mind map, very useful. Now, I want to try reports, but I'm most interested in flashcards and infographics. Now, which is going to take the longest? Maybe an infographic and a slide deck. So I'm going to start with infographic. Let's make it English. Let's make it portrait. I want it to scroll up and down. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, do I? Level of detail. Let's just do standard. And then let's see. Guide the style, color, focus, use blue. Okay, let's say, use blue and green. And let's say, what else do I want to say here to really test it? Visualize sentence structures where possible, because it's an infographic, graphic being the key word there. All right, so let's get that started. Let's also do flashcards. Same deal here. Flashcards. Okay, let's do hard mode. Okay, now we can restrict these to a specific topic, or we can make these more general. I'll say focus on question types. There are a lot of different question types from the course, so let's do it like that. Okay, so we've got the flashcards started. Now, let's just keep on going here. Slide deck, detailed deck, presenter slides. I want a detailed deck. I want to see how this differs from the infographic and from the video. Maybe we'll just quickly recap the video too. Language English. Okay, describe the deck that you want to create. I want to focus on complex grammar structures. This deck will be used either for teaching or learning. Use lots of examples for each structure explained. And yeah, don't limit examples to only those in the sources. Okay? Generate. All right, we've got that one going. Here we go. I don't remember if there was a report last time. Blog post. Okay, let's skip reports. I think reports was there, and I think quiz was there too, but let's just generate a quiz with no instructions and see what happens. Now, just as a review, here's the explainer video that we did last time, and it was pretty good, to be honest.
Hey, welcome to the explainer.
Okay, my volume is up all the way. I don't know why they did it, why it's so quiet. You know what? Go watch the last video, because this is from the last video. Go watch the previous video on this topic if you want to see the video overview was great. It was great. I was very impressed. But go check it out if you want to watch it. Anyway, we're not here for that. So flashcards. Let's check out the flashcards. Oh, this is a good design. I can use the arrow keys to go back and forth. All right, here we go. What type of question can be answered with a simple yes or no? Well, I guess that could be, a yes-no question? Or, a closed question. I guess I should know. Yes, it is called a closed question, but in my defense, it can also be called a yes/no question. I need to review my own course. I like the visual of these flashcards. 66 cards, pretty good. Closed questions typically begin with what type of verb? That would be a auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb. Yes. What type of question seeks detailed information and usually starts with a WH word? That would be an open question. Yeah, there we go. The question word blank is used to ask for a reason, probably why. Yeah. There you go. The question word blank is used to ask about a place or position. Where? Okay, these are a little easy. What is the function of a tag question like ... aren't you? At the end of a statement? Well, it would be to confirm information. It would be to maybe, make sure something is true. Ask for confirmation. Yep, there you go. All right, so yeah, I mean, I like these. These are great. I would maybe expand the scope of it to the whole course, but focusing in on one thing, in this case, questions, allows us to really zoom in on one topic and make sure nothing has been lost. I remember everything, right? 66 cards. Excellent. Fantastic. And I love the interface. This is great. All right. Now we have the visual guide to sentence structures. So this is our infographic. Let's do our infographic here. While the slide deck is still generating, that seems to be taking the longest amount of time. Whoa. All right. I mean, yes. Okay. I guess some infographics are complex. My immediate impression is, okay, this is too much. It's too dense. But let me give it a chance here. First conditional, if plus present simple plus will plus verb. And then that would go to, second conditional then goes up here. I'm trying to understand the visual logic here. This makes it look like somehow this road goes to this one. If plus past perfect would have past participle. I mean, that's all correct. That's unreal and that's unreal. I don't know why this visually seems to be going around this one. It makes it look like this is somehow fundamentally different, but I don't see how it is, unless I'm missing the logic that it's using. But it's my course, so I say if it's illogical or not, right? It's my course. Okay, and then we have gerunds and infinitives. Okay, gerunds, infinitives, both function like nouns. Right, true. Which form to use? It depends on the verb. I like this. This is better. This lower half is better. Okay, requires a gerund, avoid, enjoy, miss. So I enjoy watching. Yes, ing. So the ing is the gerund, just so you know. I miss watching. Yes, okay. There are actually more than those, so they should list out more here. But yes, that's good. This visual is much better here. And then the infinitive, which is the to, and then the verb, need, want, hope. So you need to find a place. You want to, you hope to. Yeah, okay. And then in the middle here, verbs that accept both, love, like, prefer. I love riding horses. I love to ride horses. I prefer riding horses. I prefer to ride horses. Yes. Now, I will say there are many more than just these. These are not the only verbs, but this makes sense. And I think if I were going to do this over again, I would do one infographic per thing, per topic, because that then I think keeps it cleaner. Right? These two don't really have much of a connection. They're just two different grammar things happening in one infographic. So that's a little confusing. And maybe it got confused and it wasn't really sure how to lay out the conditional structures. Although I like the way that it visually decided to lay out the gerunds and infinitives part. So that's good. That's good. I think I just overwhelmed it a bit by asking for too much, perhaps. I don't know. All right, what do we have next? The quiz and the slide deck. Let's just quickly take a look at the quiz. I don't have very high expectations here. It's just a quiz similar to the flashcards, right? But for this, it wasn't just about the questions. I just generated a quiz. And so this could be about anything from the course, which is then a little strange because it looks like there are only 12 questions. Okay. Which of the following sentences correctly uses a gerund or an infinitive based on the main verb's requirement? They prefer working alone. We discussed to move. I avoid to go. I think B is the correct answer, yeah. That they give you the answer right away and the explanation. They prefer working alone, right? Next one, identify the sentence that contains a dangling participle. This is where you're kind of missing a subject and it doesn't make sense because it seems like another thing is the subject, but it can't be because that wouldn't make sense. Looking out the window, Luke spotted a bunch of deer. That's correct. Shouting as she ran, Patricia waved. Okay, that's okay. Resting on the sofa, the stress of the day began to melt away. Taken with water, the pills can be swallowed easily. Well, resting on the sofa, the stress of the day began to melt. Stress can't sit on a sofa. It looks like in this sentence that it is sitting on a sofa, but it can't. And so that's got to be a dangling modifier. That's right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I like the quiz. Before, you could ask for a quiz and you would just get a quiz in text and it was visually not great. One thing I've always complained about with NotebookLM is visually, especially in the chat, it's just kind of clunky and wall of words-ish, and I don't really like it. But because they're really focusing on the studio part where you can build custom experiences, visually it's looking a lot better. I mean, the video overview, the flashcards, we'll see about the slide deck, the quiz. I think things are looking much better, feeling much snappier, and I mean, I think very useful. We're not going to do an audio overview this time, but I really want to see how this slide deck works. Oh, this is a very sort of classical style of a slide deck. I didn't really specify style, so hey, okay. The blueprint for mastery. We have a diagram here of a house. Okay, so we have sort of I like the metaphor of a blueprint. The blueprint is the thing that gives you the plan for the whole thing. For a course to learn grammar and sentence patterns, blueprint, that's good. The foundation. Mastering the power of verbs, voice, gerunds, infinitives. The framework, connecting and expanding ideas, conjunctions, clauses. The upper levels, exploring hypotheticals and possibilities, conditionals. The finishing touches, adding polish and precision, stylistic variations. Okay, we've got visuals for every slide. Voice is a strategic choice. The active voice emphasizes the doer of the action, making the sentence direct and vigorous. The passive voice emphasizes action or the recipient, often used when the doer is unknown, unimportant, or should be de-emphasized. Beautiful. Alan Watts brought many Eastern ideas to the West. Many Eastern ideas were brought to the West by Alan Watts, were brought to the West. Passive, yes. Wow, excellent. And I like how that's laid out, the scales. Okay, the foundation, gerund, ing, as a noun. We have this visual here as a subject. Walking is healthy. Compare pizza is healthy. Basically saying walking is used like a subject, even though it's an ing. Looks like a verb, right? It's being used as a subject, right, which is very common. After a preposition, I'm not interested in walking. I just came from running. Yes, excellent. I need to stop. I'm going to add this to the course instead of scrolling through it here. I don't want to give away the juicy material. I mean, that's how good it is. I'm thinking, whoa, wait a second. Okay, this is very good. This is very clear. I have to be careful. After specific verbs, I avoid going to social events. We enjoy building birdhouses. Yes, absolutely. And then we have the infinitives, which is the next logical thing. And I love the consistency of the slides. The overall aesthetic, it remains totally consistent. It's using the metaphor of buildings and blueprints, right? Technical drawings on paper. I really love that. I love that it has a consistent theme. This is fantastic. One more thing here. I'll just look at this one. I love this. I love these slides. I hate slides, but these slides are insane. Okay, the framework, weaving in detail with relative clauses. Okay, starting with who, which, that, add information to a noun without starting a new sentence. The key is knowing whether the information is essential or extra. Right. Defining essential information, no commas, identifies the specific noun you're talking about. Non-defining adds a descriptive aside about a noun that is already specific. Oh, I like how it's using, this is cool. So if it's essential, it's basically a door, or somehow it's structural. It looks like this has to be here, right? You need that there. But if it's non-essential, then it's more like a little decorative balcony thing. You don't really need it for structure or to go in and out, but it's kind of there. It can add information. It's decorative. That shows a kind of deep intelligence behind not just the content itself and understanding the content, but in how to visually represent the content in a way that makes it intuitively clear, that makes it stick, that makes the student go, oh yes, Visuals don't always help, but this absolutely helps. I am completely blown away by these slides. I'm completely blown away. This is the most impressive thing that I have ever seen in NotebookLM. If you had said to someone 5 years ago, I made this with AI in a couple minutes based on a bunch of PDF sources from a course, I think it would just blow people's minds. My mind is blown now, and I'm testing AI tools every week. I don't even know what to say about this. I don't even know. It's crazy. All right, well, that's it for this video. As you can see here, 108 days ago, we did this one, and then the previous one was 327 days ago. So what we're doing is, as NotebookLM releases new features, has these big updates, we're exploring using the same notebook. By exploring the same notebook with the new features in each video, I think we can get a better sense, an intuitive sense for what's really changing and what's getting better and maybe what's not. This, I have to say, might be the biggest update, or at least the update that impressed me most. The thing that impressed me most in the previous one was the video overview. Pretty amazing. But this, just the level of intelligence, especially in one of the infographics on the lower side and the slide deck, the level of nuance and intelligence there is just a little scary. But as an English learning resource, you're taking a course, you're taking the 90-day program, right? You're learning from a teacher, you have resources, whatever. Put those things in here, and you've got this superpower, this amazing way to interact with that content, to get additional feedback, to get additional context. We live in crazy times. But let me know what you think about these new features, and let me know how you use them for English learning. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and also check out the 90-day program. It is the best way to improve your English in 90 days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.